All right, Twatticles, welcome to another year of Newark Cows Fantasy Football. I know I'm excited. I hope that you guys are as well. So I think this year what I'm going to do to start things off is to grade everyone's draft using the standard A through F grading scale that we all used at normal schools. And we're going to start at the top with Kirch in the first pick. You know, it's a tough pick. There's a lot of pressure. It's very challenging because you have that long stretch of no picks. But I think overall you did a really good job. I think LaShawn McCoy's a great overall first pick for our league format. He certainly did a great job for last year. Points per reception, strong move. I think that really you ended up with a very balanced team, Kirch. And I'm proud to give you an A minus. I think you earned it this year. Although I didn't forget about that whole mid-round draft pick. We'll talk about that again later. Second up, Micah. I know we all kind of gave you a really hard time about picking Jimmy Graham early. But I see your logic with it. It's really like having an extra wide receiver, and you get him the whole year. So yeah, it's a steep price to pay, but I think it makes decent sense. I think Cordarrelle Patterson's poised for a great year. That was a strong pick. I'm not really sure why you get Chris Johnson every single year, but you do have the best team name in the league by far so far. So it kind of gets you an A minus. Also, I think that's a strong look. Becker, third pick. You drafted A.J. Green again, and it seems like every fucking year you've got him. Well, he does awesome for you every year, so I guess I really can't knock it. And I was really jealous that you got Andre Johnson later on. I know he's getting older, but a strong pick. I give you an A draft pick, good A draft rating, good stuff. I think that you should be pretty solid. Speaking of solid, Smith, normally not the best drafter, but really strong, solid team. I mean, Megatron, great first pick, obviously the best in his position. Feature wide out, awesome. I think Andrew Luck will be solid. Monte Ball and Zach Stacy. I think this is going to be a good year for Zach Stacy. Really have a lot of good things going on there. I know you kind of were joking about trading T.Y. Hilton right away, but I think he'll have a good year as well, especially paired up with Andrew Luck. I really see what you did there. I'm going to give you an A+, too. I think you really pulled this one out. Good stuff. So then we get to round 5 with Hoofy. And I looked at Hoofy's draft, and all I could think of was, what the fuck? Only one New York Giant? I don't even know who you are anymore. You even had 2 Cowboys and a Redskin? Holy shit, Brian. Did you actually learn how to balance the team and think objectively? I'm really proud of you. I think that you actually have a pretty good squad all in all. I'm going to rate you an A. I really like it. I really do. So moving on to 6th, Mark. Mark, I know you're super down on your draft this year, but kind of looking at it afterwards, you really did a good job of picking the best available each round. I think you actually have the best running back core in the league between Adrian Peterson and Arian Foster. It's a really strong 1-2 punch to build around. So I really don't think you're in as bad a shape as you thought you were. I got you down at an A- to the draft. Mikey T, I really like your Matt Forte pick in the first round. Strong. He was huge for me last year. Big part of my success. I think you reached a little bit for Jason Witten, but your 7th and 8th round picks were ultra strong. I really like Macklin and Golden Tate. I think they're going to be a big year for you. So overall, I got you at an A+ here, dude. I think you could have a really good year. That then leaves to me in the 8th pick. Obviously, I have the strength that a champion can have, only a champion can have. I got a really good balance between really strong, well-known players that are going to be awesome. But I also have some good feelings about some of the younger players. Bishop Shank is going to be awesome. Evans is going to be really strong. Yeah, I got Welker out for a couple weeks. So I got Ray Rice out for 2 weeks. But those dudes aren't going anywhere. They're going to come back strong. So I'm not really worried about it at all. Obviously, I'm a bit biased, but I put an A+ on my draft as well. This brings us to Pat in round 9. Obviously, it's Pat's first year drafting with us. First year in the league. I got to be honest. I feel a little bit bad pressuring him into Skyping in for the draft because holy fuck, there are so many better options. My sister could have drafted better for you. Auto draft could have drafted better. A random number generator could have drafted better. Hell, even Kirch's Google search history could have drafted better for you. Fuck, this is a train wreck. I don't even know where to start. So I'll start with round 1. So round 1, most important pick of the draft, you go with a wide receiver that is on a team that passes the ball around like crazy. Demaryius Thomas, seriously? You're going to waste your number 1 round pick on that? If you're going to take a wide receiver in the first pick, get a feature wideout that is strong, catches the whole way through, not someone that the quarterback throws to 19 different people on the fucking team. And the opposing team from time to time if we can be honest. I mean, hell, you could have done so many better things with that pick. You know, you could have grabbed Aaron Rodgers was still available. You could have a strong, awesome quarterback as opposed to being forced with Philip Bipolar Rivers later on. You could have grabbed Beast Mode instead of doing what you ended up doing in your second round, which was Eddie Lacy, who was a great running back, don't get me wrong, but he can't catch a ball for shit. And this is the points per reception league, dude. I hope you did know that, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure that I posted all the rules ahead of time. That's a lot of points you're giving up by not having that part of the game, dude. Fucking rough. But anyway, I guess that's your pick. And then you got that wait around till the third round, and you take Giovanni Bernard? Seriously? I think I got my first new rule for next year. Anyone that takes a fucking bangle in the first 3 rounds, not only do they need to take a shot, they also need to go sit in the corner for 10 minutes and reflect on their terrible life choices. So now you've got 2 lackluster running backs, and you back it up with another fucking lackluster running back. Le'Veon Bell, I mean, you know the suspension's coming, right? Fucking train wreck. I mean, what are you doing with this cord? It's absolutely awful. So we come back around to the 5th round, and you get Roddy White and his gimp fucking ankle. Then I look at your team today while I'm doing this video. He's already on your bench. Your 5th round pick is already on your bench. Are you fucking kidding me? You realize that there are still good players that you can put in your starting lineup at this point in the draft, right? Instead, you come around and you get another wide out in the next round who you put on is in your starting lineup now over Roddy White. Fucking Michael Floyd. You know he's the number 2 wide receiver on the Arizona Cardinals, right? He's getting catches from the ghost of Carson Palmer. That's who you want in your starting lineup? Good God. So then you come around to the 7th round, and all I can think of is you're sitting there, and you're thinking, what does this team need to really round things out? Ah, a Cleveland Brown. Well, good news, buddy. You fucking got him. Just like you're collecting awful things to have on a team. We'll get back to that in a second. Then sticking with your other theme of wide receivers with awful quarterbacks, you take Kendall, right? You realize that there were still good players after the draft, right? It was only the 8th round at this point. I mean, just fucking train wreck all over. So then we get to round 9, and I guess you want to add to your collection of weird things that no fantasy football team needs, and you go, a white running back. Let's get Danny Woodhead involved. Looking at the ESPN projection commentary, Danny Woodhead, minor role in any meaningful rushing work. That's what I want for my running backs. So we moved to round 10, and you get Anquan Bolden. I'm like, you know what? I really like Anquan Bolden, especially 3 years ago, but never mind. But then it dawns me, wait a minute, you still need a fucking quarterback. You get Anquan Bolden when you still need a quarterback? Are you kidding me? You could have had Matt Ryan was still on the board. He's got an awesome receiving core. You've got Tom Brady. That dude's pretty good, I've heard. He's run a couple of those rings that I hear everyone is going after. Hell, even Russell Wilson has a ring. He was still available. Instead, you're stuck with fucking Philip Rivers. You know, when I think of what I want from a quarterback, I think consistent, proven, level-headed, makes good decisions, and that's definitely Philip Rivers. Fuck. So then we go to round 12 on this all-star team, and you pick Martellus Bennett. You realize this is only a 1 tight end league, right? I mean, I know there's going to be a bye week eventually, but trust me, Martellus Bennett will be right there on the waiver wire when you need him. No need to waste a bench spot on him. Not a good move. So then we go to Andre Williams in the, what's this now, 13th round? I know we're getting to garbage time, but, you know, a rookie on a Tom Coughlin team, you might as well have picked the suit that he was drafted in. It's going to get just as many looks. Maybe even more, fuck. So we get to round 14, and I'm happy to say you finally pick a player that's good at their position. Unfortunately, it's a kicker in Stephen Hauschka. Ugh. I guess 1 out of 8 positions isn't that bad. You set the bar where you want to set it, buddy. So we get to round 15, Dexter McCluster. And again, I'm kind of looking for something to say about him, but ESPN's commentary really says it best. The speedy McCluster does a little of everything for a football team. Returns kicks, carries the ball, works the slot. But unfortunately, that adds up to a whole lot of nothing on a fantasy football score sheet. Well, unfortunately for you, Pat, the fantasy football score sheet is the sheet we use to score fantasy football. Ugh. Fucking just a train wreck. I mean, the good news is I know who's going to give me my money for having the worst record, and I look forward to putting you in some ridiculous outfit sticker bitch next year. I mean, you really might as well just throw it in and use the time the rest of us are going to use setting our lineups to kind of learn how football works, how numbers work in a score sheet. That would probably go really well for you. Oh yeah, and then the 10th round, Eric A. But anyway, that kind of wraps it up. I'll see you dick ticklers in the championship. Peace.